Hey guys, another sermon here. As you see, I am doing today again another sermon, but this is going to be more of a relaxed one. I've got kind of a bad back today, so I cannot be asked to be sitting up. So yeah, it's kind of a laziness thing, but I'm reading the book, so it's all right. Okay then. Here we go. And which sermon did I say this was? Did I say this is a judgment sermon, isn't it? This is a judgment sermon, I think. Let me find judgment. Here we are. Ordered to drive out the Canaanites. Ordered to drive out the Canaanites. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Speak unto the faithful, and say unto them, when ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all your pictures, and destroy all your molten images. Then ye shall drive out all your inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quick pluck down all their high places. And ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein. For I have given you the land to possess it. And ye shall divide the land by lot, for an inheritance among your families. And to the more ye shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer ye shall give the less inheritance. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. Where his lot falleth, according to the tribes of your fathers, ye shall inherit. But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes. They shall be pricks in your eyes, the demons, I would imagine, and thorns in your side, and shall vex you in your land wherein ye dwell. For this is the unholy. So the unholy are around. They'll bring demons. They will vex you. They will have pricks in your eyes, have thorns in your side. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. So the Lord will take his judgment upon you as well as them. So the judgment will be upon you as well as all those people. So the judgment will be multiplied. Is this that's Outcast sermon? Sorry guys, I kind of label my sermons, so I kind of know what I'm doing. It helps a lot of the time, so it's a good thing. I'm happy that I've started to label them now. Before I wasn't doing that. It didn't help. Outcast. I'm trying to find judgment here. I know there's more judgment. Outcast. Judgment. Here we are. Israel's destruction of the Canaanites. Israel's destruction of the Canaanites. And when King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies. The way of the spies. Who are the spies? The spies are of the heathen. The spies are usually either the ravens of a witch, or they are demons, or could just be, spies in general, maybe spies of the heathen. Then he fought against Israel, and took some of them prisoners. Well, the evil, I imagine. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord, and said, If thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, when I will utterly destroy their cities, if thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities, And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel, and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them, and their cities, and he called the name of the place Hormah. And he called the name of the place Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor, by the way of the Red Sea, to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the soul of these people was much discouraged because of the way of evil, the way of unholiness. And the people spoke against the Lord. And the people spoke against the Lord, and against Moses, and against all that was godly, as they were ungodly. And the people spoke against God and Moses and all the holy, as they were unholy. Wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. So they were more focused on food, more focused on water, than being focused on the Lord, which is the wrong thing at any time. Be focused on the Lord. Don't be focused on food. Don't be focused on drink. It is not good to be obsessed with gluttonous things. They do not matter. Same, really, it could also be said about laziness and about, sins and other things that are bad. Technically, gluttony is a sin, so this is, this is within that. Jurisdiction. Okay, where was I? And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. And much of the people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord. We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. Pray unto the Lord so that he taketh away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people, like I will pray for you. God bless you all. I hope that the Lord takes away all your serpents from you and from anyone else. I feel lost in thought there. I feel very lost in thought. But yeah, I'm going to continue this anyway. I don't know. In a way, I feel very conflicted with this because I know I have said, well, in the spirit, things against, and I feel guilt for that. And I hope and pray that the Lord will take my serpents and my troubles away. So I'm hoping for the Lord to take away mine and yours and anybody else's. The brass serpent. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. That every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and put it on a pole. And it came to pass that if the serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. So this is the Lord saying, repent and do good in the Lord, and the Lord will redeem you. Repent and do good in the Lord, and the Lord will redeem you. So that's good. That's be saved. So I hope that will also be you saved as well. Judgment. I feel like this judgment sermon is a little bit everywhere. Okay, God sends a plague on Israel. God sends a plague on Israel. The ungodly. The ungodly. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get up from among this congregation, that I may consume them, as in a mammoth. Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them, as in a mammoth. And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer, and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague is begun. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague is begun. And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation. And behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on incense, and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700. 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned to Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. And the plague was stayed. Judgment again. And Moses was very wroth, and said to the Lord, Respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou all thy company before the Lord, thou and they, and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man his censer, and put increase in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man, every woman, his censer, 250 censers. Thou also, and Aaron, each of you, his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. Our God threatened to destroy Israel. Our God threatened to destroy all of Israel, the ungodly. Our God threatened to destroy all the ungodly. Our God threatened to destroy all the ungodly. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces, and said, O God, Spirit, the God of spirits of all, the God of spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin? Wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? Shall one woman sin? And wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto your congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram. I'm assuming this is my time to write up this properly. So I have risen up and now I'm doing this sermon properly. What was I saying? And spake unto the congregation, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men. Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. I pray you, from the tent of these wicked men, and depart, I pray you, from the tent of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So they gat up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abraham on every side. And Dathan and Abraham came out and stood in the door of their tents with their sons and their wives and little children. Okay. God's punishment. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words. And it came to pass, as he made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. That the ground clave asunder that was under them. And the earth opened her mouth, and swallowed them up. And the earth opened her mouth, and swallowed them up. And their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods, they and all that appertained to them, went down alive in the pit, and the earth closed upon them. And they perished from among the congregation. And they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, at the cry of the unholy. For they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. And there come out a fire from the Lord, and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, and he take up the censers among them. I am thy part of thine inheritance among the faithful. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle. Neither must the faithful henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation. Neither must the faithful henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their iniquity. And it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. Okay then, let me find another one of Judgment. Oh, here we go. The individual that sins knowingly. But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord. And that soul be cut off from among his people, because he hath despised the word of the Lord, and he hath broken his commandment. That soul shall utterly be cut off. His iniquity shall be upon him, a penalty for the Sabbath offender. And while the faithful were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation. And they put him inward, because it was not declared what should be done to him. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall surely be put to death, and the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. And all the congregation brought him without the camp, and stoned him with stones, and he died, as the Lord commanded Moses. Fringe on garments as a reminder. I'm imagining these are not literal and are the Lord trying to send a message to you. So these are not literal, and the Lord is just trying to send a message to you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the faithful, and bid them that they make their fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, that they make their fringes that they make their fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generation, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a riband of blue, and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all ye commandments of the Lord, and do them well. And ye shall remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them well. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go whoring. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring. That ye remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. That ye remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God, as the God is your only God. Our Master, the Lord, is your only Lord, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. The Lord is your God. The Lord is your Lord. I am the Lord, your God. Well, the Lord is speaking through me. So, yeah. Koriah, Dathan, and Abiram's rebellion. Koriah, Dathan, and Abiram's rebellion. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram's rebellion. Now Korah, the son of Ezer, the son of Kothar, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, and sons of Reuben, took men. Moses, accused of self-importance. Moses, accused of self-importance. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the faithful, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Seeing all the congregation are holy, each every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord? Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord? So that was also kind of judging and rebuking me, so fair enough. I do need to be chastised, thank you, Lord. Sins committed unknowingly. And if ye have erred, and not observed all these commandments, which the Lord hath spoken unto Moses, even all that the Lord hath commanded you by the hands of Moses, from the day that the Lord commanded Moses, and henceforward among your generations, then it shall be, if aught be committed by ignorance, without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one young bull for a burnt offering, for a sweet savour unto the Lord, with his meat offering and his drink offering, according to the manner, and one kid of the goats, so one of the evil, for a sin offering, one of the unholy. And the priest shall make an atonement, for all the congregation of the faithful. And the priest shall make an atonement for all the congregation of the faithful. And it shall be forgiven from them, for it is ignorance, and they shall bring their offering. For it is ignorance, and they shall bring their offering. A sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord, and the sin offering before the Lord, for their ignorance. And it shall be given all the congregation of the faithful, and the stranger that sojourned among them, seeing all the people were in ignorance. And if any soul sin, a she-goat of the first year is a sin offering. So she-goat, so that's obviously one of the evil, one of the ungodly in their first year of ungodliness, I guess. And the priest shall make an atonement for the soul that sinneth for the soul that sinneth ignorantly, when he sinneth by ignorance before the Lord,
when he sinneth by ignorance before the Lord, to make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. Ye shall have one law for him that sinneth through ignorance, both for him that is born among the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourn among them. Okay then. Judgment. God's punishment upon Israel. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, and the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation? How long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? Which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the faithful. I have heard the murmurs of the faithful, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, As truly as I live, saith the Lord, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall into the wilderness, and all that were numbered of you according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little ones which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised, and they shall know the land which ye have despised, the holiness. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in the wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms, until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness, after the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year. Shall ye bear your iniquities even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto this evil congregation that are gathered together against me, In this wilderness they shall die consumed. There they shall die, and the men which Moses sent searched the land to return, and made all the congregation to murmur against him, by bringing up a slander upon the land. Even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Lord. Judgment. Moses, or in this case, the good stranger, Father Israel, intercedes for his people. And Moses, Father Israel, said unto the Lord, Then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from amongst them. For thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. For they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, and thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that the cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people, all this congregation as one man, then the nations which has heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, Because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he hath slain them. He hath slain these people, this congregation, in the wilderness. And now, Lord, I beseech thee, let the power of the Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, The Lord is long-suffering, and of great mercy, and he is of great mercy and in great forgiving, and forgiving this congregation iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of their fathers upon their children unto the third and that fourth generation, O Lord. Pardon, my Lord, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people, of this congregation, according unto the greatness of thy mercy, unto the greatness of your kindness, unto the greatness of all of you, your beauty, your brilliance, your intelligence, your wisdom. And as thou hast forgiven these people from Egypt even until now, from Egypt even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. And the Lord said, I have pardoned all this congregation according to your word. I have pardoned all this congregation according to thy word. But as I live, all the earth shall be filled with glory of the Lord, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, and women, which I did in Egypt in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. But my servant Caleb, he hath another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land, whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you, and get you in the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Okay. Joshua and Caleb urge conquest. Joshua and Caleb urge conquest. This is unholy. Do not do it. This is unholy. Do not do it. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of the faithful. And they spoke unto all the company of the faithful, saying, the land which we passed through to search it, it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land, and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them. Their defense is departed from them. Their defense is departed from them. Not departed, departed. And the Lord is with us. Fear them not. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the faithful. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me for all the signs which I have shewed among them? I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. Moses intercedes for Israel. And Moses, or in this case, me, yet again, intercedes for Israel. So I interceded for Israel before, so have I got to do it again, Lord? Yes, I imagine. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up the people in the might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. For they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thou, cloud, standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day, by daytime in a pillar of cloud, and a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, and the nations which have heard fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, The Lord is long-suffering, and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of their fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, Lord, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, because all those men which I have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into this land, whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you, and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Okay then. Let me see. There is quite a bit for the judgment sermon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this off here, and I'm going to do a second part for the judgment sermon. Okay then guys, all the best. Bye.